Assassin's Creed Unity, the diamond in the rough, which Ubisoft released in 2014. In a very unpolished state, a decision that will negatively impact the game. Unity suffered from technical errors such as constant slowdowns, graphic textures that wouldn't load, therefore displayed awful characters as if it were a horror game. Really scary, scary. Mommy! It also had problems with the game missions that didn't update upon completion, progress files that, due to faulty code written during development, became corrupted and damaged player-saved games, and much more. It was a shame that Ubisoft didn't optimize the game for its release, since Unity introduced new gameplay mechanics to the Assassin's Creed series at that time. Mechanics that differed greatly from previous entries in the universe of the Assassin's Creed saga. The developers at Ubisoft, with the technical power of the new PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One consoles at their disposal, went all out with the density of NPCs, or as we say, non-playable characters in the game. The concept was impressive and brought the Paris of 1789 to life in a way that no other game in the series had achieved. However, due to their inexperience with the newly released consoles at the time, traversing densely populated areas of the map ruined the game's fluidity, causing frame rates to jump around wildly. Like a wild horse. Yeehaw! And so, with all these problems, the game was gradually relegated to oblivion by the players, and Unity ceased to be relevant for many years. Sadly, those errors and what are called bugs prevented me from enjoying and appreciating the positive aspects of the Parisian adventure, controlling Arnaud Dorian during the French Revolution. Viva la France! And the croissant. From the moment I saw the first trailers for Assassin's Creed Unity before its original release, I was immediately drawn to it because of the era in which the story unfolds, the spectacular nature of the large-scale areas, and because I had truly enjoyed the Ezio Auditore trilogy so much that is one of the few games I ever platinumed on PlayStation consoles. I have few platinums, but I'm proud of them. However, as happened to many players due to reviews, video highlighting the bugs, and forums filled with criticism of Ubisoft's game, my interest in Unity waned for a long period. From time to time in the years following its release, I would read news online here and there about the updates and patches that Ubisoft worked to optimize the game. Over time, I forgot about it. But recently, I saw the game really cheap. My curiosity piqued, and I acquired AC Unity. And what a great decision it was. The game aged incredibly well, like fine whiskey or rum, and it only got better with time. Cheers! So far, I have played many hours of Assassin's Creed Unity, and without a doubt, I had a fantastic time. I think now is the perfect opportunity to fully enjoy this game. That's my recommendation, man.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
But I have to say that Unity, besides with Syndicate, are the last Assassin's Creed games that maintains the original style intact. It's a small scale with a compact yet substantial story. After Unity, subsequent entries became massive action RPGs. They are excellent games, don't get it mistaken, but with a different style and genre, and are only marketed as with the Assassin's Creed name. Of course, the obvious, to sell more units. No pun intended. In Unity, we control a Frenchman named Arnaud Dorian, or Arnaud Dorian, who after finding his dad murdered as a child, is adopted by the father of his friend Elise. 13 years have passed, and now young adult Arnaud faces a terrible accusation as the prime suspect in the murder of his adoptive father in a very, very strange crime. It's time to call the guys from NCIS Paris to investigate. During these early hours of the game, we become close to and connected with Arnaud, as we get to know the free-spirited, mischievous and impulsive young man. Arnaud reminds me a lot of Ezio, the protagonist of the Assassin's Creed trilogy. Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood and Revelations. In my opinion, the best protagonist in any Assassin's Creed game. Followed by Altair from the first game, and why not in third place Arnaud, my top 3 baby. Arnaud might come across as arrogant from a first glance, but he has a lot of charisma and a good heart. His carefree and aimless attitude changes when he witnesses the murder of his adopted father. The story is typical of most Assassin's Creed games. A character you grow up with and who becomes a professional assassin, going through the stages of novice and apprenticeship. But the amount of information and history I learned reading and exploring late 18th century Paris was considerable, and I haven't even explored the entire map yet. I encountered famous figures from that era, like the iconic Marquis de Sade, and other key figures from that French conflict. Marquis de Sade was a Parisian writer, poet, and political activist, known for his open-minded and libertine attitude, where he expressed his artistic vision in his poems and novels. He went to jail for blasphemy and sexual misconduct. He is considered a precursor of Friedrich Nietzsche and Sigmund Freud. Totalitarianism and anarchism of these two philosophers. One of his notable works is the 120 Days of Sodom. Spicy! Unity's gameplay was what I expected from any Assassin's Creed game. The parkour is fluid and intuitive for the most part. I did have a minor issues where Arnaud will take a path or perform an action I hadn't intended, sometimes ruining my plan when I was trying to approach a situation stealthily. Otherwise, I enjoyed the combat, as it's more technical than the more modern Assassin's Creed games and their approach of randomly mashing buttons. The missions to assassinate a specific target are the most fun because before starting them, the game shows various ways to approach and plan the mission. These missions are what made Assassin's Creed famous and acclaimed from its very first game. Sadly, in the more recent games in the series, these missions have taken a backseat to the main storyline, replaced by missions focused on role-playing. Of course, there are tons of side missions, from traditional collectible gathering tasks to restaurant renovation jobs that earn you a monetary reward. I focus on the main story so far, because if I started doing these side missions, it will take me many hours to complete the game. It's overwhelming, man! The game has a cooperative multiplayer component, but I'm not interested in exploring the map with other people. so I don't know if it works yet or if it's even fun. I guess, let me know in the comments if you try this aspect of the game. Paris in the game is an architectural marvel. The city feels alive thanks to its inhabitants. There are real-time mini-missions like recovering money stolen from a walker, or rescuing civilians who are about to be unjustly executed by the law enforcement at the time. I think this gave the adventure a sense of spontaneity. Very cool. The map, as in all Assassin's Creed games, is locked and blurred until you climb to a viewpoint where you synchronize your memory. Once you do this, the map is revealed. And baby, you have to open the eyes. You know what I mean. This is huge. These sequences, although repetitive, are interesting because they force me to explore new areas, so I discover interesting parts of the city. For now, it's a game I love. The story is entertaining and manages to have a touch of suspense that really grabs your attention. The characters are charismatic and unique, the kind that pique your curiosity to learn more about them. In short, as we say here in this channel, the game is amazing. I've loved the game and I'm going to recommend it to you. Furthermore, I haven't encountered any errors or bugs in the game so far, and running it on the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X means the loading times are minimal, making for a fantastic experience in these modern times. If you ever hesitated to play it because of technical issues, forget about that and give this underrated Assassin's Creed a chance. I can say that the diamond has been polished and is brighter than ever.
Arno? Who are you talking to?
No one, monsieur.
As I always say, try playing it for yourselves. Read other opinions and draw your own conclusions with critical thinking. Okie dokie, thank you very much for your time and attention. I wish you the best in life. See you next time.